Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more. Have you earned the right to achieve and have the outcomes that you want, whether it's with fitness, your relationships, or your overall lifestyle? It's a question that is definitely worth spending some time thinking about, one that I spend a lot of time thinking about, but also puts me in a place of what can I do to improve my life, rather than, that place of victimhood where it's like, poor me, poor me. And I know you guys are listening to this show because you're in the driver's seat of your life and you want to be better. So if you want to find out how you can get involved with our Man That Can Project's community, head over to themanthatcanproject.com and check out the academy. And if you don't want to wait until our next intake for the Strong Men of Value Academy in April, get started on the Breakthrough Online program now. It's self-paced. You can fit it into your life, and it's going to teach you some fundamental things that will help you thrive in the academy. Things like how to goal set, how to chunk time, identifying, understanding, and overcoming limiting beliefs, how to communicate better with yourself and the people around you. All of these things are going to heighten your experience in the Strong Men of Value Academy. So don't wait now. Get involved and head over to the website. And I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Let's get into today's episode. The Man That Can Project podcast, a podcast empowering career-driven men to live more fulfilling lives. We are here to challenge your beliefs, redefine success, and talk about the important stuff in a relatable way. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. My name's Lachlan Stuart. Let's get into it. Happy Thursday. I am loving doing these solo Thursday sessions again to share insights and things that I'm thinking about, things that I'm learning about, because one thing that I committed to doing when we began the current 12-week game plan was to afford myself more time to slow down and think. I spend so much time consuming information, whether it's working with my clients, reading books, listening to podcasts or audiobooks, and I realized that as much as I'm consuming great content and it's really helping with my mindset, I very rarely take the time to actually formulate my own opinions and ideas based around that, unless it's in the lead up to a workshop. And one thing that I've heard countless times from people that I aspire to be like in various areas is just how much time they spend just thinking, finding calm in their mind. And so I thought, well, I hear this a lot, but I've never truly practiced it. I do meditate, but I feel this is a bit more intentional where I'm actually writing a lot more. And so I'm finding that a very fun process. And as a result of that, I'm feeling very, so much more creative, and there's so much more I feel I want to share with you guys, and I can share in such a insightful way. So I want to keep today short and sharp, but I also want you to know that this one is going to be a bit of a kick up the ass again, because there are so many of you out there who aren't happy with certain areas of your life, right? You may not be happy with your health right now. Your relationship might be struggling. You may be going home and there's no love in the household, and you want to change that, right? You may pick up your phone and not really have any mates to call at this point in time. You may jump on social media and see people traveling or gallivanting around the world and posting their highlights reels, only to sit there and realize that your lifestyle isn't how you want it to be. So while I continue to talk about the fact that you can have almost anything that you want, it comes with a price, right? It comes with sacrifice. And what I continue to say to my clients is you need to earn the right to a great life. You need to earn the right. So one of the most important things that is often overlooked for so many people is probably the most simple yet difficult thing any of us can do. And that is deciding what you want. There's many reasons why many of you guys will say, hey, I don't have the time to sit down and just think. I'm trying to pay the bills. I've got children. I've got all of this sort of stuff. And yes, that may be your reality. But I'll also give you the alternate reality. Nothing is going to change if you don't make time for it. If you don't make time to find out and figure out who you are, what you want from your life, and make a decision around that. If you don't do that, well, you've already given up, in my opinion. You need to put the fucking work in. You need to earn the right. Okay, so you need to, once you've decided what you want, we must also accept in ourselves that who we are right now is not going to be the version of ourselves that we will be in order to achieve that. So one of the most humbling things that I went through was acknowledging all the things that I feel I'm good at and other people feel I'm good at. And the flip side of that was, what do I suck at? What are my flaws? What is holding me back currently from achieving what I want in my life? And, a few things that come to mind for me right now that maybe you can relate to was I didn't treat myself very well mentally. Like how I spoke to myself was appalling. I would never talk to anyone else the way that I was talking to myself in various periods of my life. So I had to be very aware and very intentional with how I spoke to myself. I may not have always, and I still to this day, may not always be able to control that first thought, but I sure as hell can focus on what the follow-up thought is. And I'm focused on talking to myself in a way of someone who's empowered, confident, and living the life of my dreams. That is one thing that is very, very important along in that process. I also was very aware that alcohol had to go. And, currently I'm doing a stint off the alcohol, and 20th of February. Not 25th, 24th of Feb. And as a result of that, my focus, my memory, all of these things are starting to improve. I'm feeling more excited. I'm realizing that I have more time in the day than I did before because I'm more efficient. So when you think about what it is that you need, there's going to have to be things that you accept about yourself that have to change. And it might be that you need to learn new skills, you need to hang around new people. And one of the most humbling things that I learned, and I've spoken about this on an episode a while ago, was I grew myself a personal development ego. I think when you start to experience growth or success in any area of your life, if you aren't aware of how you're, coping, not even coping, but how you're managing that, you can get a big head. And I thought because I was reading more than anyone else, I was spending more money on myself than anyone else, I was showing up to more networking events than anyone else, I was better than anyone else. And I found out really quickly that that was not the case. But I feel I had to go through that to learn that. And maybe you're going through something similar, or even what you're going through currently right now is happening to you because it's trying to teach you a lesson that is going to enable you to go to the next level in your life. But the real question is, are you prepared to learn from that lesson right now? Or are you just going to continue on the path that maybe you're on right now? So from that whole thing, my biggest takeaway with that, and I guess really point to after you've decided what you want, is to always be a student. In order to create the life that you want, there's going to be many things that you need to improve upon. And if you're struggling to achieve that skill or develop that skill or even understand that skill, ask yourself a different question. That question might be, what do I need, or what has to happen first in order to achieve this? Okay, so one thing that I'm saying to one of my mates at the moment who his goal was to get into the gym and drop some weight, but he couldn't squat properly without his hips hurting, and his mobility was very it wasn't at the level that he needed to be to move properly in the gym and move safely in the gym. So my saying to him is, you need to earn the right to train. right? Whether that comes through improving mobility, improving your nutrition, improving your recovery protocols, they're all still pieces of the puzzle that are going to allow you to earn the right to achieve what it is that you are chasing. Much like even for me, when I'm thinking about our academy, where it is right now, I've earned the right to that point, but for it to grow any bigger and deliver more results, I have to earn the right to that. It's not just given. And once you create a little bit of momentum, doesn't mean you can ease the pedal off. Right? If you go to the gym, for example, I love using the gym analogy or metaphors. If you go to the gym and you get the results that you're after, you get the washboard abs and the huge muscles, and then you stop training, what do you think's going to happen? Exactly. You're going to lose the muscle. The same goes in every area of your life, right? If it's your mindset, you can't just stop working on your mindset once you're feeling good. I see this happen all the time for blokes who come into our academy or are just people that I watch in life, and life starts going really well for them. And what do you think happens more often than not? They stop doing the small, consistent things that got them to that point. And bad habits come in, and this is why it's really important to be mindful of the standards that you set for yourself and make sure that you uphold your standards because it's who you are as an individual, not just because you want an outcome. Many of us, or many of you are just doing things because you want a specific outcome. Right? And if you're always chasing outcomes, you're never going to be happy with who you are right now, but you're never going to completely raise the level of who you are as an individual, right? It's just going to be peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs. In order to create a consistently good life, you got to raise your standards with that. So in order to be consistency, like I was saying, you need to learn to ask for advice. You need to learn how to live, if you're after a location-free lifestyle, you need to learn how to do that. If you're wanting a passionate, loving, fulfilling relationship, you need to work on that, and you need to consistently work on that. You have to remember this. And before I leave, just remember this one thing. Write it down. Set an alarm on your phone. Earn the right. It is one of the most simple and powerful ways to take ownership of your life, because if things aren't going the way that you want them to, ask yourself the question, have you earned the right to the outcome that you want? If yes, you can go down a whole range of different questions on what you need to review and improve. If no, put in the work. Keeping it super simple. Have an amazing Thursday. If you got value from the episode, make sure you share it and tag us. Every time you do that, it helps our audience grow, and you're introducing your network and your mates into what is an incredible community of like-minded men. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachlan Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.